It's winnable for WE. Like, they have a lot of circles they can bring and try and overwhelm top esports, who will be a much squishier composition and are at risk of being overwhelmed by a Galio, Skarner, Nico, and these guys can force really hard with his ears. So blue buff skipped over by Monkey. So it looks like he is going to smite this for level 4, and Kanavi is going really deep here. Monkey has help from his team. Kanavi going to try and get help from Cream, but he's a little stuck.
Lands onto the Lilia. Kanavi might have gone a little bit too far forward here. Cream going in as well as Vampire, and it will be first blood secured by WE, matched by Cream, but surely to be a 2-for-1 as top esports bite off way more than they can chew.
Looking at that dragon, it actually might look for something more appetizing. I will say Crisp is on the hover, has not been spotted.
Really go for the dive. The wave is still here, but now 369 does have the equalizer, and as you say, Crisp is here as well. Gonna come in with the headbutt pull. Monkey has to try to get over the wall with the Ixtal's impact, pops his shield, but the Flame Spitter of 369 will burn him down. And now, Taeyun and Vampire could be the next targets. Electro Harpoon connect. Crisp looking for another combo. Taeyun still has his flash, and will use it really nicely to get away from the knockout.
And, I mean, this is what we kind of were hinting at with WE. Like, Monkey going for that play, first place. It should have been a free dragon setup.
Not even.
Okay. Look for round 2. This time 369, no flash.
No ulti either. This could finally be the kill, as it will be the Feat of Warfare secured for WE.
I'd love to snag this one soon, but Kanavi is working his way down to this side of the map, showing numbers, showing power there. Kanavi even showing an extra level compared to where Monkey's at. As this posturing a little bit dangerous here for WE.
We'll say Cube can
Vampire
get the Hero's entrance a little bit quicker as Pop Blossom comes out from Vampire, but it does not find a target. There's a Hero's entrance we talked about, and the Dragon will be secured, but the Equalizer is burning WE down very quickly and will be forced to back away. The top esports don't get any kills, but they do.
Side lane matchup. I actually think this is one of the reasons why not only we see the Yone Rumble pairing, but we have seen a lot less Galio in a Rumble. Oftentimes these champions get paired together, and in the mid game, just sending the Yone into the Galio really nerfs a lot of his power because he doesn't have that. This is nice though from WE. They managed to sneak in here. 369 has flash.
Try to get away maybe from the Pop Blossom. No, he just knows he's dead. So that is WE getting themselves another big pick. I feel like 369 playing a little bit too far after seeing everybody, you know, because of Kanavi. So that's a bit of a mistake. It really belongs to them unless top esports have anything to say about it. No, it's going to be a give. Oh, hold on. Late TP. The Dragon goes over. The question is, will the fight be won by top esports? 369 teleports in. Karis dashes in between the blue buff pit. And that's followed up by a really nice knockup from Chris. He gets popped up by the Pop Blossom. Two-man combo will connect from Cube as well. WE winning out on this fight as now 369 is in a lot of trouble. Cream trying to salvage things here with the Soul Unbound. Will use the Fate Seal to try to escape from Blasco and to buy some time as well. But the top esports again just don't have to go for that fight, and it ends up costing them 2 of their lives.
Both harpoons. I thought it was a nice in from Chris, but Kanavi.
Oh!
Cream? Cream, we can't
flash,
be getting soloed
no
by
flash,
Karis.
no ulti.
Yeah, it was no flash, no ult. It looks like Karis, Cream TP'd here and just died. I'm kind of curious what that full fight looks like. It's Vampire, no flash, likely to be caught.
Okay, they get one back here, but overall, I think the word, I used the word disrespectful a little bit earlier, like that's continuing to be a trend here for top.
Was a nice win for Team WE.
Still up about 1,500 gold. Lead still very small at this point. And top esports
rolled a nice soul.
Are able to get some other things across the map. Yes, the Hextech Soul will be good, especially like for the backline carries of the Azir.
Walking out of that skirmish, it will be Team WE keeping pressure up in that top side as they have Karis and Vampire still hanging around. And that should lead to this turret being knocked down. It will be traded for that bot outer as Cream and Chris make sure to make quick work of that one. So top esports is going to keep things stable on the map, but still find themselves a little bit down to this game, Grapes.
Set up for WE to have a really good opportunity to break this game open around one of the neutral objectives. Cream in trouble here. He buffers out really nicely all the crowd control from both the Impale and the Emperor's Divide. Teleport comes in from Cube.
He is coming up. 369 with 3 grubs, likely to clean up this outer turret, so it'll just be a trade in the end. As you called out. Cream burn his flash, but put his way out of that one nicely.
Actually, they're sending Cube up there, so W maybe okay to give up one of these dragons, as Kanavi is the jungler right now in the bottom side.
Team WE going to be fighting uphill, or I should say downhill, as they try and push Top Esports through the bot river. You have an angle if they want it around the lower side of the dragon, because no one is there marking them.
Fire has his flash, but here comes 369
really
with the equalizer. Does a lot of jobs buying space.
Crisp.
Really nice knockup from Crisp as well. Pop Blossom only going on to the Alistar. That's a hero's entrance. We'll try to lock him down as well. Two-man taunt though.
Yeah,
Connects. Kanavi is down. The dragon goes over to Top Esports, but now it is a 5v3 across the map for WE to try to take control over. Cube lands some damage onto Jackula, force him to Valk away, and that will be it. But WE win yet another engagement.
All right, we started the day saying that WE, they've really thrown away leads by overcommitting into opponents. And what have we seen so far from Top Esports this game? It's been pure overcommits in the team WE.
And now Top Esports is down 3,000 gold to them. Yeah, Chris is
caught.
probably dead.
No ult. Yep.
Lands a knockup on it too. How quickly will they get each person down?
That
Actually,
was big.
still surviving.
Oh my
Hold
gosh.
on. Here comes Kanavi. Jackie Love, though, getting chased down by Monkey, but a teleport comes in from Cream. Nice flash away over the red buff pit wall. He will not get stopped by the Fate Sealed, but Monkey just doesn't have enough DPS. It is going to be another kill picked up here for Jackie Love, and the equalizer comes down into Karis as well. This could be the throw right back, as it will be a double kill picked up for Jackie.
And it's going to be contested, though. Taeyun firing that ult off. That actually could get a kill. Oh,
yeah. He's dead. Oh, he snipes him down. The Otacon doing the final hit. Down
Empire,
to 4,000. Cube is here as well.
Cube's in there.
Gotta try to smite this one, and it is secure, but now the rose petals are here, and WE can be the one to claim all of this unless Top Esports fight their way out of this. Knockup lands on a Taeyun. He's tethered right back out as the hero's entrance will prevent it from going down. But Taeyun is having his free reign to hit as many of these blood roses as he wants, and now Monkey can dash in as well. Takes the Heartsteel proc onto Chris. Cream lands a knockup onto
Taeyun.
3. Jackie Love doing a lot of damage. Him and Kanavi have to win this fight themselves in a 2v5 right now as Karis is joining the fight with ult. Or sorry, doesn't have the ult.
Nice job of fogging and hiding. They haven't spotted 369 off the side yet, as he does just show his face.
Here comes Chris. He's going to look for the engage. No smite available. It's Kanavi not arriving yet. And so that will just be...
I mean, this is tough for Top.
Going over WE.
Anyways, they're free inner turret for WE. So not only do they get the objective, get themselves a soul point, also get mid-inner. Try to extend that gold lead back in their favor a little bit more.
That may even going towards... No, not the Baron. They're going to try to bait things out here. A little death brush setup. They were spotted by that vision ward there. Monkey is available for the taking. Teleport comes in though. It looks like actually a full 5v5 could be brewing here around the Baron, but the True Shot Barrage goes wide, but in comes the flash engage from Monkey. Kanavi, all of a sudden in a lot of trouble, gets hit up by the Impale. The Pop Blossom lands onto Chris. Kanavi forced to go golden early. Taeyun dashes away, but they will end up getting 2 kills early on. 369 gets one back, as it will be the Skarner falling, and now it has to be Cream and Jackie Love doing the heavy lifting here. Fate Seal lands on a 2. Cream has the opportunity to do wonders in this team fight and forces Karis to flash out. Now, Kanavi again doesn't have that stopwatch as he uses Seeker's Arm Guard early on, but this Baron does burst down quickly with Jackie Love hitting on it with the Corki. Monkey already in the pit and not actually allowing that Baron to reset. Chris goes in with the headbutt pull. Hero's entrance is going to come out and knock up Cream, and there comes a big Impale as well. Cream could be in a lot of trouble. Cream is dead, but it is matched by Monkey falling. Jackie Love can still do a lot. Look at 369 to the back line, but he's going to die anyway. Karis dashing in. Forces the flash away from Jackie, and it's only him and Kanavi left alive. Another 3 for 2 for WE.
Zanya's, so Kanavi much stronger for this fight.
Karis, though, we saw how powerful he was in that last fight, and now Monkey going in again with the X-Tal's impact. Kanavi already forced down half HP. There comes Vampire with a 2-man Plot Blossom. Crisp is locked down as well, but here comes Cream. Fate Seal, though, only onto 1. Jackie Love goes down. Karis with a massive play, and the Emperor's Divide will take down another. Kanavi forced to go golden. He'll flash away, but he gets taunted up again by Cube. Taeyun finishing the job there, and he shifts over the wall to take down 369. It's a triple kill for the Ezreal, the Ace, and the Hextech Soul for WE.
Play Janitor in this one, and that's going to be a huge advantage now for WE is Cream.
Yeah, to go QSS. Yeah, that's the difference in terms of
Crisp is stuck.
New patch here. Now Kanavi in some trouble as well, and Karis just bursts him down. So that's the jungler for Top Esports. Esports dead. WE should get this Baron easily and add to their already massive lead. Cream dashes over the wall. It looks like Top Esports want to force a fight in a 4v5 situation. Cream with the Soul Unbound. The Baron surely to get bursted, and that will be Top Esports forced to run away. Monkey dashing forward, looking to try to find somebody that gets buffered with the Fate Seals. It's Jaculov now has to Valk away. The chase continues though for WE. Will Monkey go too far forward? He gets knocked up. Vampire though, with the Pop Blossom only finds one, and Taeyun is hunting down Top Esports. That's 369 dead. 3 more kills for WE.
Going through the tape, it was a bit closer than what we thought for WE. And in a really poor game from Top Esports. I mean, I gotta say, Kanavi has been so off in this one on this Lilia. It feels like all these deaths have been coming in too early in the fight. And of course, picking Lilia into Skarn or Galio, you do have to be careful about getting CC'd. He really played into it early on in this game. They really slowed down the ramping, and also just the lack of dragons being taken. This Hexal for WE is massive. It's Cream.
He's just already dead. He
gone.
just gets sent underneath this tier 3 turret. 369's up in 10 seconds, but I think that could just be it. It's 3v5 on the map with the Baron, the minion wave crashing into the Nexus turret. Only one of them still left alive. Taeyun in the enemy fountain finally gets shut down here by Jaculov, and all of a sudden the Nexus is exposed, but will it be enough? There comes Kanavi trying to get down the Nexus, but no, it's WE who win their first game of the Ascension stage.
We gotta say, these comps being routed out, I feel like Top Esports have a better chance to win this game, Grapes, as this feels like a very comfortable composition for them. Can really play through the Lee and the Rise early, as this is really full early game showing for Top Esports, but
I feel like a lot of them were cheering for WE after that happened. And oh my goodness, we're about to get a bit of a scrap here. Chris Crashdown is canceled early on. Monkey in trouble as Kanavi dashes in with the resonating strike. That is first blood to start things off for Top Esports. And now Cube gonna get hit up by the W2, forced to flash away. And WE down early as it's going to be first blood picked up for Top. For themselves that objective steal.
The Cube also stepped away from the wave to try and assist his flash to burn bot. Chris, he's dead.
Oh my god! Chris just dies! I don't know how that happened. Now Jaculov going to be in some trouble as well. Taeyun doesn't have enough mana for an arrow just yet. Finally will proc it. The comment and the Scorch is going to pick up a double kill in for WE's AD carry.
Cream TP.
Not here by Cream. He teleported down here to try to make a trade of things. The Overload does not connect. The Rune Prison will eventually lock him down, and it will make it a 2-for-1 overall.
Last Split's best team, yeah.
Last Split's best team,
yeah. I mean, again, it's been a pleasant surprise here. As, that's a Realm Warp coming in. They gotta be careful. Nice flash from Chris.
Yeah, Sun's up too, looking for the engage. Cream comes in with a Realm Warp as well. One more auto on a Monkey should do it. That is the 3rd kill. The Feet of Warfare picked up here for Top Esports.
Oh boy.
Look for some more potentially, but the Arcane Storm from Karis is doing a lot of work. 369 forced to go in onto Taeyun, but Taeyun will find a kill first, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade once again. Cream now in some trouble, but Karis
has mana.
Vampire looking for a potential hook. Kanavi looking to join the fray as well. Does not use the resonating strike in. And so will be WE just letting them get away with this one, unless another hook comes in from Vampire, and Karis picks up a kill.
Oh, the home crowd loves it too. Can hear him in the background there as WE win out on that skirmish on the top side. Taeyun, a lot of gold in his shoulders versus Cream, who did go down at the end, but still sitting at 2-1-2. Accelerated towards that Roa, and that Seraphs could be big.
Almost got a little steal from Taeyun there, but it is all 3 grubs secured by Top. And now go on to this Scuttle Crab, but Monkey here to try to defend it as well, take it for himself.
They're thinking
the squad. Vampire gonna Hex Flash over the wall, land the rune onto Chris. It's gonna be matched with the crash down onto Monkey. Kanavi does a lot of damage here, but Chris was already very low. 369 has now joined the fight. He's gonna use that to the skies and take this now down. Makes it a 1-for-1 trade though, as both junglers are now out and down for the count. Taeyun gonna be the target. Accelerated Shock Blast connects, but on the back end of things, Cream taking a boatload of damage, but is doing a boatload right back. Chris trying to find a stun onto Karis. Again, another 1-for-1, but 369 still is alive here in this fight. The Shock Blast will take Vampire down to below 200, but that is all it shall be. Made over the 3rd spawn of the Gromp. 369 forced back into underneath his tower.
He's down level.
He is very singled out. Very under leveled as well, as Monkey actually has the XP advantage over him. 369 without the flash probably actually will just go down to the 1v1 as it gets a little bit of assist from the death ray of Karis, but Monkey is the one to secure the kill.
TPing out is down again a level and a half to Cube, which is I'm really concerned about as this game goes on for Top Esports.
Well, they at least get one of these grubs. Actually, don't end up getting either all 3 Garbs or the turret, so a little bit too aggressive maybe in terms of their oversteps here. As a really nice chain of corruption lands from Taeyun and ends up taking Kanavi down. But the crash down from Crisp is going to be big, also combined with the Magnet Storm, forcing the flash away. WE, though, stacked fully as 5, and off of a really nice play from Varus.
And they have a comper with the MF, with the Rel, with the Rise Jace. They should be on the front foot. Like, they should be really able to dictate the pace of this game, and they have been with the Grubs, but they haven't played out clean enough.
Top Esports, maybe are playing a little bit cleaner overall. Still absolutely in contention here. As we got a teleport coming in from Cream. Karen's going to be the target here with the Arcane Storm, doing a lot of damage. Kanavi already at half HP. Cream should be able to finish things off onto Karis. The question would have been if it's Kanavi, the trade in a 1-for-1. There's the Essence Flux, and it will be Cream picking up the kill. I don't think anybody is really playing that bad compared to, you know, game number 1 where we had a couple of big int moments on top.
No, I think I like the direction with some of the Grubs. Again, they had those 3 Grubs up early. You see Cream actually take the decision to drop that turret because I think he was denying local gold. Esports secure this bot river control, which should lead to the second dragon that won't be contested by WE.
Yeah, Karis has a nice wave pushing topside, so they're going to try to get some damage maybe onto that tier 2 or just deny some of that extra gold and CS that could be crashing in underneath the turret. WE, they should be able to take it down pretty low. I don't think Kanavi wants to necessarily go for this, especially because he now has a Jace pushing in a side lane onto the tier 2 turret of his opponent.
Yeah, of course, able to get that wave all the way in exchange for the Rift Herald. It was taken by WE, and to be able to absorb most of the waves after that, so I'd say not all bad for WE.
At top 2 in this group, and WE somewhere in the bottom 2 in this group. And right now, it's not looking like that as much, and I think that's proving that, you know, these teams got into the Ascension group for a reason and are going to be competitive against all of the top teams. It's going to be matched, though, by the piercing arrow of Taeyun. Remember, this is soul point for top esports, so they will pick it up, but they're going to try to single out just one singular target. 369 in some trouble, but he still will remain alive, even with the hail of arrows coming down. But Monkey looking to chase down top esports, but he got a little bit too far forward. Cream with the Rune Prison will pick up the first kill of the fight, and Crisp is still hungry, looking for an engage, but instead, he will go back to the Mountain Dragon to claim the prize for top.
I like the idea from Team WE, just played it way too fast. And we've seen this from Monkey and WE before. The overextension, spent a lot of time talking about that in Game 1. Definitely saw that come to fruition here in Game 2 as Monkey tries to reach, tries to finish up some kills. And WE, they don't stay disciplined with their lines. It's going to play out the back half of that fight as top esports find a win.
Now look at Cream. Level 14, 2 levels ahead of Karis
got so far behind.
With a full stacked Roa, 4-1 and 4. This guy could be a problem for the rest of this game. He is available. If they want to try to set up some unique flank, maybe with Chris. Dragon has to start it up by WE.
Poke's not really landing yet for WE. They've done an okay job of setting up, but throwing the projectile is dangerous.
Vampire, he pulled the trigger first. All of a sudden, that could be Chris in a lot of trouble. Vampire dies instantaneously. Cube on the back line, going in on Jackie Love. He's forced to flash over the wall. Cream in a lot of trouble as the piercing air from Taeyun takes him down. But 369 and Kanavi trying to make something happen, but it will not work. It is 369 still alive, but Taeyun is still full HP. Overall, a 3 for 3 across the map.
Because being down flashes, you're really setting up for a dangerous fight here.
Sonic Wave comes over. Kanavi might just try to look for the steal, but again, it is going to be Chris who gets engaged on first. Monkey dashes forward. He's still alive. Vampire is still alive as well. Karis flashes away. Top esports might be melting. Cream goes down. Finally, Q will get a response as it is Kanavi looking to carry his team to a Game 2 victory. He lands a Sonic Wave. The snipe comes through from 369 as well, as that is the full ace picked up for top esports.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a tough one for top. No one had flash available going into the fight. Everyone had flash available for WE going into that fight. And top esports were the ones that came out on top in a fight where, again, their conditions were much worse going in. So curious to get a second look. But you got to imagine with that fight being won, it's going to be Mountain Soul over to top esports. Their economy is way too big to overcome. This is likely going to just be the game. I really struggle to see ways where they can overcome a Mountain Soul. Gonna need top esports to have some airs.
Cream gets hit up by the chain of corruption. Does go golden as well as Cube goes over the backside. All of a sudden, Jackie Love is very low, and that's a shutdown going over to Cube. Now here comes Monkey dashing onto Cream. He's already got golden. He's already had that cooldown exposed. And WE punish another overextension from top esports. The main carries of top are dead. That should be Baron going over.
I mean, the bullet time was shut down immediately by the public execution from Cube, and WE find 2 big members. Smite still on the board for Konami. WE gonna try and keep him out of the pit. Chris has flash. Look out for his engage.
No ultimates available though for WE. They have to be very careful. In goes Konami. Gonna try to find a 1v5, but no, he has his Guardian Angel procced. 369 still at full HP. Konami respawns, gonna try to find 1 kill back, but no. It's another shutdown going towards Cube, but the health bars are so low. 369 does a lot of damage. Can 369 and Chris find something? The Baron's at 2000 HP, surely not a steal. And now WE gonna try to escape. 369 not going to want to risk it just yet. Cream has his teleport up in 8 seconds, if we can cancel some of the bases. Maybe that is a fight angle back in for top, but no. WE will go back with Baron in their hands. Draft that WE's late game team fighting can end up being better when you have Karis eventually getting towards that 3rd item. He's still not there yet, but after this Baron power play, I can imagine that Zanya's finally does get collected. Top Esports playing very defensively at this point in the game. Cube might have gone a little bit too far forward. The Realm Warp is going to be used by Cream to try to force him back. Flash in with the 2 disguise for 369. Cube going to try to make it a one-way trip. Going in on the stream, trying to make it a 1-for-1, but no. He will go down and will be traded, though, by the tier 2 Shuriken bot. He'll be able to pick this up. It also stalls out the Baron, which is only available for 45 more seconds. WE going to try to get there as fast as they can, but now with the Blood Red Roses forming, WE want to go in. It looks like no, and instead it will be Top Esports picking up all of them.
On setups and on conditions. It's been a common error for Team WE is Elders now spawn. WE do not have any control over it on the map, but are still looking to find
Konami finds the kick! Taeyun is down! The bullet time finishes him off, and that should do it here. Konami will go down though. Karis still very strong. Cream gonna have to try to lock him down, focusing his attention towards Monkey first, as Cube still looking for 369. Chris will fall under the turret, but Cream still very big on the front line. It's overall a 2 for 2. The kick was big from Konami, but WE still able to hold the line.
Cube's only here, and Karis is going to base. He's TPing in, but I think he's gonna be late.
Baron, the Dragon, sorry. 6,000 HP. It looks like Top Esports does not want to play the fight. Hook lands onto 369. Vampire already dead. Cream forced to go golden here underneath the gravity well. And Karis going to be targeted now by Jackie Love. The double ups do so much damage. Realmore comes in. It's going to be 2 members, the soul laners of Top Esports, collapsing on the Cube. Karis forced to use the Zanyas, but it'll be all for naught as Cream will pick up the kill. And back to the Elder they go.
Jackie's way too big. Vampire goes in, but had no depth charge available, so it's a one-way trip from the Nautilus. And Jackie Loves that map runs the back half of the fight as the 1 DPS marksman going to be able to carry Top Esports through the late game, get them that Elder Dragon. And now yet again, we're looking at a game 3 that's likely going to happen as Top Esports still putting the finishing touches on this game 2. Elder being taken at the time does pretty much guarantees the Baron going to be taken afterwards.
And them dying a bit too much. They were able to win that second engagement around the Elder Dragon. So now they'll have both that buff and the Baron in the next couple of minutes. For WE, it's going to be very hard to try to defend against that, even though
the damage from MF seems to be the real difference maker in the back half. Of course, is that DPS marksman versus the poke marksman, and we are at full builds. Where we've seen MF really take over in the back half of this game. Elder Dragon still up for Top Esports WE. They're on full seed mode. And we'll see if they can just continue to delete these waves and try and slow down the push as 2 inhibitors likely to fall for free in favor of Top Esports.
Yeah, Cream did a good job escorting that top wave in. Monkey maybe for some sort of engage. Probably going to want to fight underneath the Nexus turrets at this point. As here come the waves. Baron up minion waves going in through the Nexus turrets. Top Esports going to try to even up this series against WE at 1 apiece, even though they fought tooth and nail to at least make it an even state at this point. First Nexus tower already getting very, very close to going down. It finally does fall. Monkey going to get targeted up. The Elder Dragon burn not enough just yet, but Cube is going to actually die first. There comes the Guardian Angel proc. Vampire will fall. Karis dies, and that's the game. Top Esports have evened up our series, and we are going to a game number 3.
If you get an auto or a Q down, that will stick longer than the untargetable duration. So do like that pick from Chris, because he's going to look to catch a lot of the engages from WE and try and turn them on its head with the help of the Ashe too. Better early game drafter team just got their hands on first Drake, first Herald, second Dragon for free, and then the game kind of started from there, which I fear will be the next meta of League that we have, especially with no lane swaps either. But anyway, this game continues. Vampire. Okay,
wow, dashed him with that heroic charge combined with the seismic shove up Karis. flash out of Kanavi.
Monkey is 6.
Here comes Monkey. He's level 6 early, but it's canceled by the Vault Breaker of Kanavi. It'll at least make it a 1-for-1 trade. Cream has Spirit Rush, but not a lot of mana to do anything else with it. Chris forced to flash away. Karis flashes over as well, trying to finish off the job. One more auto, and the Unraveler's not enough. And so Cream has regenerated enough mana at this point to go right back in onto the Talia, who has got herself. Cream, one more auto after that. Oh my god, the biscuits are doing work right now, and Cream doesn't have any mana to reinforce. Karis is somehow still alive, and Jackie Love with the volley will take down Vampire.
Oh, Vampire goes down to get Karis out. I'd say that was worth it. And didn't exactly have the follow-up from Karis soon enough. So he fell off an overextension, and that leads to the Grubs going over to top Esports. The one positive in the back half is that Taeyun has been collecting his farm on his own some down to the bot lane, but on by the enemy team. Part of why I actually do like this pick is the setup on the 369. This
We've got no idea. In comes Vampire. There comes all the damage as well. Monkey gonna pick up another kill. As 369 not having the easiest time of things here in this top lane.
Gotta say, the good series for Vampire continues
oh!
here. Oh boy.
From downtown, there's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. It gets connected as well by Cream. A charm goes through. That's Karis going down. Jackie Love on the Ashe. He was not doing a lot at moments where he probably needed to for the rest of this game. And Jackie Love sit up there, fly, seismic shove of Karis, and gonna get matched up by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Vampire has to flash away. Kanavi gonna follow forward with the Vault Breaker, and it will be Vampire in a very precarious situation. Finally, Cream picks him up, Monkey? And now it is going to be Monkey going just too far forward. He finally will get one kill back onto Kanavi, actually, but overall a 2-for-1 in favor of top Esports. A lot of work, and actually going to force WB away as the teleport also comes in. Karis making sure that it actually will end up being a grub advantage for WE for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the only toughie now is that by dropping that TP, you pretty much guarantee the fact this Dragon goes over to top Esports. So you're going to be down 0-2 in the hole just for getting a single grub advantage. They're trying to snowball set advantage, though, in 369. Maybe get a revisit on the dive as Monkey.
Not a lot of crowd control, though. The crowd control exists on the other side as 369 shoves it right back in. Going in the fray. Teleport comes in. It's going to be Cream to try to defend things in a 4v3, but he might have gone a little bit too far forward off of that teleport. It immediately gets canceled here by the Steadfast Presence. Chris will go down, and there's just not enough damage on Cream just yet to do anything back on to Cube. Meanwhile, Enchanted Crystal Arrow connects into the mid lane. Karis is sure to go down here as Jackie Love will pick up kill number 2.
The great find, another oopsie off of Karis, is if he just takes a step back there, I think that was reasonable to assume that there was a play that could be made on him as Kanavi wasn't spotted in that top side.
That he's ever played more than a game of. So very, very good on this champion, and we're seeing it with the ability to throw out these arrows. Now, might have to use that here as Chris is getting engaged on. Good is going to get probably taken down here. Vampire doing a whole lot of work on that initial engage. And now Jackie Love has to flash away here. Going to be matched by the Q3 and Cube, but the W does not connect. Now Kanavi can join him with that Vault Breaker. Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out just to slow Cube down.
I like this from them. They need to get a double crash off with this and pretty much make sure the Ziggs takes down this turret. Like the angle from Vampire, so you can see Karis threatening a Weaver's Wall as here comes Kanavi Q'd.
Oh, wait, Vampire, what are we? Up just a little bit too early there from Vampire. Kanavi, though, still forced to flash away. Cream no longer has that ultimate available, and now Karis in some trouble. The Witcher's Bite does connect on top of him, but will not be able to be followed up upon for now, and now Kanavi's the one on it.
Actually, a really nice ult. Got a good chunk out on the Jacula, but doesn't have any vamp to sustain it. And Vampire are going to stick around here. I'm just curious if we see a Keeper's Verdict. He's got 8 seconds till that's off cooldown. Gotta imagine that's going to be
1,000.
Fired up.
Really low. Here comes the arrow. It lands only onto Karis. And Monkey will steal away the Drake. Keeper's Verdict sends away one. And now WE can go forward. They try to land the heroic charge on Kanavi, but he cancels it and ends up picking up the kill onto Vampire. Top Esports will all be able to escape from its life, but it is Monkey on the Glizzy and Fury to steal away the dragon. Try my best, as we are trying to throw out some Qs for Cube as well here. It's 369 catch his Q. Kanavi as well. His Q connects onto Monkey, and all of a sudden now we're in a 2v2 fight. On the bottom side, Ultimate's already being traded here. Monkey no longer has his. There comes this. It combines beautifully with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow of Jackie Love, who once again comes to the rescue and is now on a rampage.
I mean, the cease and assist into getting frozen in place. That looks like, you know, someone was holding Peter in place in the line. The Witch. The Dragon is spotted. WE have a bit of an uphill battle, and again, Top Esports just continue to drag this one further lower down. Tough Vernon digs Leah to get involved.
Going. It's Vernon quick. In comes Vampire again. A huge Keeper's Verdict sends Jackie Love away, and the smite is secured by Monkey. 369 with an R ultimate. Sends 2 into the wall. Cube's left full HP. Gets himself a reset, but Jackie Love is now separated from the rest of the team. Kanavi will go down. Cream has to do a boatload of work here, but the charm is dashed away from Cube. He gets away from the seismic shove. Jackie Love finally re-arriving to the fight. The Ranger's focus not unlocked just yet. Cream forced to run, and WE once again secure a dragon. Topside being the ones who are benefiting from it. Second item completed for Cube. That Hysteric's going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. We see a Brutalizer on Monkey as well. He's going for a little bit more of an offensively focused build, as there definitely is a need for physical damage here in WE's composition.
Positioning and control really fall out of favor against Top Esports, of course, are the higher pedigree team coming into the day, but WE setup so important when you're playing stuff like Ziggs to Leah.
Oh wait, Kanavi!
That's a big one.
He's completely separated from his team. Jackie Love gets hit up by the seismic shove, followed up with a flash. Cube shuts him down. Not even going to the back of the Aatrox, but 369. There's a 4-man Gnar, and Kanavi has come to the rescue. That's Top Esports picking up 3. Karras has gone gold, and only Taeyun will survive. That is Top with a massive turnaround off of the Gnar ulti from their star top laner.
They found Jacula, but 369 rolls a 9, and he has been the consistent pillar of Top Esports today. Next, coming out from 369, who really came up big to shut down any hopes of a WE win in that fight. But also, this Constellation Prize Dragon was not secured by Team WE, ends up being the Hextech sole point for Top Esports. Gotta believe these turrets are gonna fall.
And unless Vampire has something to say about it, and maybe one fight is what they need. Oh, there's the arrow again. Jackie Love almost finding the complete 100 0 of Taeyun with the help of Cream. And at very least will help Top Esports claim this mid lane outer turret. And now Cream maybe going a little bit too far forward. Lands into the charm in on the Cube. Doesn't get pulled back by the tether. That was too damn close, man. Top Esports playing with fire here, but Kanavi is just gonna 1v1 the side of Monkey. Goes over the wall with the ultimate and will be able to shut him down. Now it's a 4v5 across the map, and Top Esports can at least crack open some inhibitor turrets.
Sadly, I mean, it looks like everything's coming crashing down quite fast here for Team WE. Talked about how many standing structures were up for Top Esports. These have all fallen, and now that gold lead exploding in Top Esports' favor, as the few picks and the big objectives lead to many a structure being taken down, and a very, very strong Ashe in the back half of this game, as Jackie Love does have access to that lifesteal now, and is making sure that he's always on good conditions and always pumping out the damage that his team needs. I know he fell first in that fight, but going to be so much harder now to remove Jackie Love from the map going up against Top Esports. And Top Esports playing this one out pretty well, as Vampire might be stuck. This was ambitious.
Gets stunned, gets locked out by the arrow. There comes the Seeds Assist as well. That should probably do it. 2 more kills in the hands of Top Esports. Monkey going to try to go for one last desperation play potentially. But the poke from Taeyun is big. I don't know if it's going to be big enough. Baron buff available for 30 more seconds. Third inhibitor surely going to be the next target.
Yeah, contesting a top outer when you're away from Baron is probably something that should never happen in war games. So good punish here from Top Esports. They're going to try and use that tempo to get more Monkey going down.
Shoving Monkey into the wall. The Fury was good, but at the end of the day, not good enough here for WE, as now the Nexus Towers are going to be the target. Only Taeyun and Cube left alive. Can they pull off a miracle here to save the game for WE? Vampire finally coming back from the fountain as well. Volley's reigning supreme here for Jackie Love as the Mega Inferno Bomb is blocked out. Not going to do enough damage onto anybody just yet. They're waiting for one more wave to crash in. The third inhibitor of the game will go into the hands of Top Esports. Check Pistolero. It lands on Taeyun, but he flashes away to make sure he survives. Weaver's Wall now coming out though. Karras wanting to maybe try to cut the members off here. Forcing the flash out of 369, and now here comes Cube. Health bars are low on Top Esports. This could be the time for W to get back into this game. World Ender has been popped, but Cube is just way too far forward, and Jackie Love will shut him down immediately. There comes another slow onto Karras. Cream's dashing forward. 369 still here as well. They gnar Karras right into the wall, and that should be the game. Cream going forward, picking himself up a double kill, and WE, welcome to Group Ascension. He finally came to play, but your day was not today, as Top Esports are going to take this series.
Yeah, I mean, it all came crashing down so fast for Team WE in the back half of this one, as it was a quality series. Some surprises from WE, but the expected victors in Top Esports coming out at the end of the day.
And there it is. In 2-1 fashion, it is Top Esports moving up to 5-1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.